What is up? What's up? Oh, hello. Hi, wave. How is it going? I am live, in theory, on paper, in 3 places: TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. So if you're watching on any of these, drop a comment and let me know which one you're watching on, and I can see the comment and comment on the comment. But anyways, I hope you're doing great tonight. Like I said in the past, in my last live stream from last week, I'm about to start live streaming again. So, with that being said, I am actually going to be playing some old demos today. Basically, I was talking to somebody. I was trying to find some old project files yesterday, and I ended up going into my hard drive that has all my old music, and I decided to throw it on my Untitled account so I could listen to it whenever I want, pretty much. So I figured that would be a good way to start off today's live stream by listening to these old demos. Now, these demos go all the way back to my very, very first beat back in like 2011. Technically, it's not the first beat I made. I was technically making music on a program called, what was it, Cakewalk Music Creator or something like that? 5? I don't know. Justine, it looks like you're here on TikTok. It was your software, so I don't remember what it was called, but it was your software that I was actually using technically on your family's computer. I think I found some of that old stuff from that point, but I'd have to do a lot more digging because that stuff is not as organized as the things from when I bought Ableton Live. I don't know what that means, whatever that notification on TikTok means, but whatever. Anyways, with that being said, right now I'm not playing old demos. These are demos from like last year, because I just wanted to kind of lay out the landscape of what I'm doing today on my live stream. Oh, did I unmute this? I did. Hold on. There we go. Problem solved. Let me just make sure we're good on YouTube real quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and get started and go to my folder full of music. Let's check on YouTube. Let's see, live streams. All right, TikTok is telling me to encourage people to share the live. So share the live, I guess. Or don't, it's your life. Interessante. I think we're back. Are we still on TikTok? I just got a notification saying that TikTok went down. So, are we still good on TikTok? I think we are. I don't know why my camera's flipped on TikTok, but whatever. There you go. That's right ways. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with listening to some of these demos. So we're gonna go all the way back out, and we're gonna go to my main folder with all my music. So this is the folder with all the music that I have literally, maybe not literally every single song, but this is like pretty much all the music that I have released historically that I have access to right now. This entire folder of music. So we have all the way from 2011, which was my first year making music. Actually, no, this is just like up to 2016, I think. The rest of the stuff is in other folders, but that's not nearly as interesting as listening to my first beats and judging my production choices, because they're interesting, to say the least. So anyways, I think the best way to get started is to play the very first beat that I ever made. We're going to go into this 2011 folder. I'm just going to fade this out real quick. We're going to go into the 2011 folder. Can you even hear on TikTok? I don't even know if the TikTok audio is coming through. Can you hear me on TikTok all right? If you can, put a 1 in the chat or something. I don't know. Something in the chat to let me know that you can hear me. Let's see. We don't need that. I want this to be bigger. And then we'll pop out the chat as well. That can go here. All right. So anyways, we are about to play the very first beat. So the first thing you're going to notice in this folder, is that the first beat at the top of this playlist, of this folder, is called First, but it also says the second beat I ever made. The second one says the actual first beat I ever made. So here's a little context of what actually happened. Because I was probably like 16 at the time, I think. Basically, what I did was I was making music, and I made this beat called Monster. And then the next beat, for whatever reason, I was like, man, I should have named that First or something like that. So then I was like, that's okay. The next beat I make, I'll just name it First. Because I was 16 and logic totally made sense. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to play the actual first beat, which is Monster. And then we can play the second beat, I guess, which is First. All right, here we go. My very first ever beat that I ever made, Monster, for the first time being played on the internet. Let me know what you think. I'm not gonna lie, I actually hate all the music that I started out making. It was terrible. What's up, Miles? Like, at least I had an interesting idea. That's the only thing I will say. I will say at least the idea was interesting. Because it could have been, like, discombobulated all over the place. It's going good. I am busy with the baby. But yeah, I mean, you get that. But yeah, no, like, I'm starting to get back into the swing of being able to, like, do other stuff outside of taking care of a child, which is great. I think this is clipping. Let me turn it down a little bit. I think that's good. Okay, I think that's better. Alright, it really is, our son. He is, interesting. Not, like, in a bad way. It's just a lot to take care of a child. That's the best way to put it. I lost Twitch. R.I.P. Twitch. There we go. We're back. We got it back. We're good. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, this is the very first beat I ever made. I made some very interesting choices. This is 4.5 minutes long. It looks like there's a breakdown somewhere right here. Sort of. I think I just dropped out the bass. Yeah, there's just no bass here. I think what I will say about this track is I'm actually happy that I was organized. I had decent ideas. Just didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, but that's like the first beat. These are the rest of the beats that I have access to from that first year. I am open to taking suggestions on which one I should play next. If I don't get any responses, I'm just gonna go ahead and play. I'm just gonna go ahead and play the next one, which was first, which was technically the second beat I made. So let's. Can you do a poll on TikTok live streams? I don't know. Let's see. Do they let me do a? They don't let me do a poll on live stream on TikTok. All good. No big deal. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to let it run for a second. I don't know if anybody's actually here right now in this very moment. So I am just going to go ahead and play the first beat, which is first. All right. Oh, wait. Whoa. No. Hold on. Before I play this. So when I started making music, I went by the name. Before, when I first started making music, I decided to, I thought I was being clever. I was going by the name DJ with no name. I thought that was so clever. I was like, yeah, because I don't really know what I would call myself. And I don't think my actual name is that interesting, which now I go by initials, so full circle moment. Yeah, and I was just like, oh no, I'll be clever. I'll just go by DJ with no name. So I'm just contextualizing this for that because I was like, yeah, I need a tag. I need a producer tag. So I took a microphone and I said DJ with no name in the weirdest voice and put some reverb on it, and it sounds crazy. I needed to warn you about that. I need to talk about that before I actually played the actual song because it's embarrassing. It's bad. Here we go. All the way in the background. That's a terrible mix. Not but whatever. Okay, I added some little syncopated hi-hat. This piano is extremely annoying. It is awful. I remember this beat. I remember a lot of my old beats. And then we go into a little change up. Something that I think I should do, if I can find the old project files, because I know I have the MP3s, I don't know if I have the project files, but if I can find the old project files to my old beats, I think what I'll do is I'll go back into these old beats that I made and then see if I can make them better. That would actually make a really fun live stream. Because this is awful. That piano was so harsh and annoying. I don't know what I was doing or what I was thinking. go back into a little weird syncopated hi-hat. I honestly, I don't think I can listen to 4 minutes of this. It was almost 5 minutes. It was 4 minutes and 41 seconds. I can't listen to all that. That's way too much. That is... No. Yeah. So, I'm not going to play all these. Those are the first two that we're going to play. We're going to fast forward. We're going to fast forward to 2012. So, this is when I've been making music. Depending on when in 2012, it would have been either for about a year. I think I started around July of 2011, based off of project files and the creation dates of files that I have. So it could be like 6 months into making beats, or a year and a half, depending on whatever. Which, surprisingly, I mean, technically, now I'm thinking about this. If I started in July, that means we're in 2026 right now. Is that like... I'm bad at math. Hold on. Let me do this. Since I suck at math, we'll just do it this way. So we'll do 2026 minus 2020. Oh. 2011. 11. Dang, it's been 15 years since I started making music. That's crazy. Anyways. So yeah, this was a little bit into that process. This is where I was making beats that I really liked. So we're gonna skip ahead down this folder. And there's also, this one's also like 2 hours long. Keep in mind, I was in high school in 2012. And I was homeschooled. So a lot of times what I would do, the way that we did our math was we used this math program where there was a DVD you watch that shows you the math problems and stuff like that. It shows you how to do the math work. And then you have a workbook and you go through the workbook. So the same computer that we used to watch the math course was the same one that I had Ableton Live loaded on. So a lot of times what I would do would be, I'd be like, oh, I gotta do my math stuff. I gotta watch the math DVD, and then I'd pull up Ableton Live while it plays, and I just start making beats. Wow, I'm supposed to be doing my math work. So that's why there's 2 hours worth of beats, because I probably make a lot more music now, honestly, but I think that it's just different because at that time, the way I was going about making music was just all the time, and now it's a little bit more strategic. Yeah, but anyways, the one that I'm going to play, because I remember this one. Oh, I remember this one, K2. I really liked this beat. This is when I started sampling, because I realized I sucked at making my own original ideas, as you could hear from those first two tracks. So yeah, K2, I had started sampling, and I started figuring out how to sample. I started digging on YouTube for samples, finding obscure songs that nobody knew about, or at least I didn't know about at the time. See, this is a little better. This is better. I'll probably do the drums a little differently, but this is a much better idea. Like, this one actually sounds like a beat that, like, somebody could actually maybe rap over. But yeah, this was a little while into making music, so like the quality of the music just kind of like jumps up a little bit. It's a little better. Like I like how like simple this is, honestly. And I'm like the production choices are decent. Like I'm not just making a loop and saying that it's done. Like I'm doing little things. I'm bringing things in, pulling things out, doing different stuff with the drums. So this was like I was starting to figure things out at this point. Like I think the sample is doing a lot of work, but I do think that like I found a good sample. So that's credit to me on that. 2012 me, so I would have been like 17. Yeah. There is one that I do want to play. So the majority of when I was sampling, what I would do is I would go to YouTube and I would find stuff to sample on YouTube. But I really, really, really wanted to be able to sample off of actual vinyl. Like my parents had a record player, but I didn't have a way of getting the music from the record to I didn't have a way of getting the music from like the record to the to my computer at the time, and then I bought a really cheap thing to be able to do it. And honestly wasn't that great. But I tried. I did my best. I did what I could with the tools I had. But the audio quality of the sample was awful. And now I'm gonna play that beat. See, like low quality MP3, probably like 60 kilobits or something. I don't know what I was thinking about this sample chop, but in my mind I was like, yeah, this is like Wu-Tang or something. I don't know what I was thinking. This is awful. It's probably like the most annoying beat that I've ever made. I don't... That was weird. Yeah, no, that's... We're gonna get into a minute. I'm not playing a 5-minute beat that sounds that bad, honestly. That was terrible. Poor choices on my part. Let's do a palette cleanser from the same year. I think I like beat 10. I think I remember this one. Yeah. I thought this one was a good choice. Like, once again, I think I found a good sample. So this was, like I said, this was like a year into making music. So in comparison to what I was playing from year one, this is like so much better. And then I think there's some interesting chops in this too. Like I think if I recall, I did this thing where I was like kind of like weaving the sample in and out and like kind of getting like these little melodies that were being brought in. This is where I started figuring out, I had figured out how to like filter samples and stuff like that, and how to like just make a bass line from a sample, kind of like pulling from stuff like J Dilla and like Pete Rock. Yeah. Like, the way, like, I'm proud. I am proud of this one. Like, this Like, this isn't like the best thing I've ever made, but like for me to be making beats for a year at this point when I made this, this is decent. It could have been way worse. Like, the thing that I've always said about myself. The thing I've always said about myself is that if I do something enough times, I can get good at it. And I think that like it's apparent when you start listening to some of these that like if this is like year 2 of me making beats, not even like this. If this is after a full year of making beats, like I was definitely getting better. Let me see. I think I'm gonna play one where I'm gonna play one where I was not sampling. If I can find one that I wasn't sampling on at that time, we're gonna see. We're gonna check back in on my ability to make originals without using samples. Hmm. I think I'll play this one. This is checking back in on 2012 me trying to make beats without samples. Here we go. Be prepared to be disappointed. If you don't have headphones, you might not be able to hear this, but there's like a bass. Like I called it drum and bass because it was literally just drums and then a bass. I think I technically was still using like a drum loop for this. That's interesting. That little. So I wasn't like I was playing with drum patterns. But this is like so bare and empty and boring. I don't think I did. It is literally just that. Maybe there's another one. Okay, so this is another one where I was playing stuff. So we're gonna see what it sounds like when I like a year into me making music in 2012. When I'm not sampling. Okay, terrible hi-hat. These drums are terrible. But I had a decent melody though. Okay. The melody is decent. I don't like the drums. Like if I did the drums differently and I chose a few different sounds, I think this would actually be a good one. Now, whether somebody would rap over this or make a song to this, I want to make a song to this personally. But I do think that like there's definitely growth from year 1, 2011 to 2012. And then just for a frame of reference, let's jump back to 2011 and play a different one. All right, so we're jumping back to 2011 real quick. Just to hear like one where I'm like playing to see where I was at in 2011. Why is this 6.5 minutes long? That is. I started getting better. It wasn't bad. But I think around 2012, I started to realize, at least in my opinion, my weakness was my drums. So I started hyper focusing on making better drum choices. And I still probably struggle with that because I still think I suck at drums. But now we're fast forwarding to 2013. So these are the beats that I could find that I made during my freshman, like my senior year of high school, my freshman year of college. Uh, hmm. Which one of these should I play? Oh, and I. This is basically explaining my whole journey through music, by the way. Um, so I think in 2012 I had changed my artist name. So, like I said, in 2011 I was going by DJ with no name. Yeah, I was going by DJ with no name in 2011. At some point, I ended up changing my name, which is it's a whole story. I ended up changing my artist name, production name, or whatever, to Nazario. There's a whole story behind that. I will tell it another time. I like the whole like this whole time I'm trying to find like I think the best way to describe my early music from 2011 up until probably 2017, maybe even past that, is me trying to figure out who I am. And you can see that in the way that my name changes. So at one point, I go from DJ with no name to Nazario. And then from Nazario, I'm like, I don't know. I don't like that. Mostly probably because people kept on mispronouncing it and saying Nizario or Nizaro, and they just never got it right. So then I switched to JG the Champion, which you can still find some of my platforms with the name JG the Champion. Like on PlayStation Network, I'm on PlayStation Network at no, there's somewhere on the some places on the internet I'm still JG the Champion. I never changed that on some places. But for the most part, that no longer exists. But there was like a short little run where I was going by JG the Champion. I don't know if it was a year, if it was 2 years, but it was while I was in college. And then I ended up changing back to Nazario because JG the Champion sounded trash. But anyways, back to the votes. Is there any version? Is which one should I play? I think I'm gonna play new stuff. I don't remember any of these, by the way. Okay. So this is another one where I wasn't sampling. So let's see what I was doing 2.5 years in. Drums are still bad. Still making 4-minute long beats at this point. I had interesting ideas. I definitely wasn't making regular hip hop. You can tell that I was into other stuff musically. Like my frame of reference wasn't all just like hip hop, and it wasn't all just like a specific era of hip hop on top of that. Because like 2012, I was making like boom bap stuff, and I was referencing like Jay Dilla and Pete Rock and stuff like that. But then there's like other stuff from 2011, from 2012, like that one that I played. Was it Render Me Speeches? That I don't know what that is. That was just me making stuff. I don't know what this one is. Okay. This is where I was like into underground hip hop. I can tell you right now, I can tell. So not just like 90s and early 2000s hip hop, but like just like underground hip hop in general. that I chopped it. Like, it's an interesting, unique idea. The drums are cool. It goes with the drum sample. I don't know why I started the bass line on that note. That was weird because I would have gone down. Eh. Interesting. Using filters. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what that weird duck sounding sound is. I want to see what it sounds like when the beat comes in. Alright, I was listening to the TDE. I was definitely listening to early TDE. Not early TDE, but like, I was listening to Schoolboy Q at this point. Schoolboy Q and like all the back catalog of like Kendrick, like Section 80 and back and stuff like that. I can tell that right now. Ugh. All right. This is me listening to dubstep, like UK dubstep, not like Skrillex. That's why there's all these little delays and stuff like that. My bass lines are awful. I will confidently say I never knew what to do with bass lines. Let's get that. Okay, and then I'm mixing in hip hop, trap. Not feeling that one. This is where I start getting weird and experimental with my like sample choices. Like 2013, I started trying different stuff and trying to like either find really weird samples or just sample in different ways that aren't normal. So this is like the same sound and I'm just pitch shifting it. Alright, here's an actually good beat. I remember making this one. And I think that the reason I named it Beat 309, I think at the time, like this is just an ongoing trend with me apparently. Putting the date of beats and numbers and stuff like that. So 309 means that I made this one March 9th in 2013. I have a lot of experimenting, which I think is just an ongoing trend with me as a creative. And then sometimes, most of the time, those ideas are terrible. And then I do something like this where I'm like, whoa, hold on, wait, what is that? Because I seem to recall, like, when the beat drops on this one, I'm like, like this is like clicking because like everything was in the room. But I would say this is like kind of like where I kind of figured out. Like, this is like what I would say is very similar to the sound that I have now. Like very hard to put your finger on what it's coming from. Let's do another sample. I seem to recall liking this one. For whatever reason, in my mind, I was like, all right, we're going to sample that little sound. Once again, drums need some work. But see, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's hard to pinpoint what my sound is, what my style is, because I'm like all over the place. The piano's awful. So like that right next to this. I think this was a point where I got a really good, like, I think that I seem to recall the drums being decent on this track. And I think they had a nice swing on them too. Not like what I would do today. These aren't the drums that I would do today. But I think these are probably, like, they're listenable drums. Not bad. I'm gonna wait and see if anything else happens. I think some other stuff happens in this beat, but it's been a while since I heard this one. Something that I used to do, I know. Okay, no, this one doesn't do it. That one. Ooh, this one, drums are terrible, but like the chop was crazy. I think this was a weather report sample. I think I may have actually sold this beat too. Yeah, that was an interesting chop. That was very interesting. And then I think one of the best beats I ever made at this point in time is in 2014. I think I played this in a beat battle and people lost their mind. So yeah, 2014 is like sophomore year of college. J. Cole's album comes out. I remember getting a ride from my roommate to Best Buy to buy J. Cole's album at that time, which I actually don't know where that CD is. I have a bunch of other CDs, but I don't know where my J. Cole CD is. I gotta find that. Huh. Anyways, So this is what I think was like one of the best beats I had made up to this point in 2014. So this is, if I start in 20, this is like 3 years into making music, 3 years into making beats and stuff like that.
What's the time? Guess I need it. Guess I need it. In every way.
The horn's trash, but everything else, great. All right. Yeah, no, that one, I was so proud of that beat. I think I remember the day I made that beat. I'm pretty sure I was sitting on I was in my dorm room. It was a Saturday, and I was like sitting there, and like I had my desk in front of a window, and I was sitting in front of that window on a Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon or something. I think the TV was on, maybe, and maybe the World Cup, maybe. All right, we're back. Okay, cool. We went down for a second, but we made it back. We back. In the words of Chance the Rapper. All right, we're good. Yeah, I was sitting there Saturday afternoon. I think the World Cup was on in the background, and I had come across that sample, and I heard it, and I was like, I know exactly what to do with this. I was so proud of that beat. I'm still proud of that beat, honestly. Even with the drums sounding the way they sound, I'm still proud of that beat. Let's see. I think I remember liking Lavish, so we'll play Lavish. Me with the intro. I was clearly still into samples. I had gone back to 0 at this point. Snare twist crash. Still clipping. I always wanted to find this project file and like the sample and stuff for this beat so I could do another mix on it because I like this so much. Okay, I was starting to like tag everywhere at this point in time because I think I was starting to like try to get people to use my beats at this point. The drums are but these are the best non-sample drums that I had done. I feel like I've done, and like I'm doing some interesting stuff with the Yeah. So this is also like around the same time that I started working with artists also. 2014. So there were a couple changes that happened in 2014. I think 2014 it was around the time that I got a copy of Logic. At the time I did not own it. I own it now, but at the time I was a broke college kid. I had a whole concept for an album called Broke College Kid, by the way. But yeah, at the time I got a cracked version of Logic. Went back and bought it years later. So now I actually own Logic, so Apple don't come after me. Um, yeah, and I was starting to meet people that also made music and being able to like collaborate with them. So one of my friends, who I still have, I think I actually met up with him last year. Actually, like this was the year that I met one of my friends, D'Angelo, and I remember he wanted me to use this sample. Um, so I made a beat from it. I don't remember how good or bad it is, but I remember this. This live stream is gonna be copyright claimed because of all the samples that are like obvious samples. I liked that really high pitched snare. I don't know what that sound is. All right. My contacts are fighting me right now. Okay. All right. Something that I need to also point out: 2014. 2014 was when I started toying with the idea of using my vocals. I was thinking I was gonna do rap because I didn't think I could sing. I didn't like my singing voice at the time. Now all I do is sing, and I absolutely don't think I can rap. But at the time, I was like, I can figure out how to use my voice to rap. So this beat was something that I had written to. I remember that's why it's called $100 because I remember the verse that I wrote, and we'll get back to that in a second. But this is what I heard myself on as a artist, which is unsurprising based off what I make now. I don't like the drums. This is when I got Logic. Or was I in Cubase at this point in time? There's like a little window of time where I was using Cubase because I was like, I need a better software than like the cracked version of Ableton. Not cracked. It was like a demo version of Ableton that I was using that came with a keyboard. I don't actually never use a cracked version of Ableton because I always paid for it. Which is crazy because it's more expensive than Logic. Yeah. So yeah, that was around the time that I was toying around with like using my vocals in songs. So now we're gonna jump into this folder called tracks with my voice because that's kind of like an important point in time. Like this has an important stuff for my little journey as a artist. Some of this stuff is like these are all like poorly created, honestly. You're following or you want me to follow you? I need clarification. Yeah. So while I'm waiting for you to respond to that question, I'll just keep on going. Um, do I have it? I think Show Off was the one where around this time where I did this. So one of the reasons I was starting to think about using my voice more was because I wanted to go to this music program that was like connected with the school that I was going to. And it was called the Contemporary Music Center. And in order for me to get in, like they had three different tracks. They had a business track, a tech track, and an artist track. And I was a business major, and I worked in the audiovisual department at school. So in my mind, I was like, let me do the thing that I don't really have the most experience with, which is being an artist. Let me try that out. So that meant that I had to make a song with my voice. So I was trying to figure out how to do that, how to write, and all these other things. So this was just like a whole process of me trying to figure that out. I don't remember what the name of the I don't know what I couldn't find the song that I made that I submitted. But I did get into the program. The song I made was totally terrible. It was awful. The song was terrible. But the loophole, what's up? Uh the loophole that I used was I was told, yeah, they don't get a lot of rappers and they're always looking for people that make more than just like singer-songwriter guitar music. So I took that into account and I was like, I'll rap. That was also the other reason that I started rapping. Um so I think this might be one of my first attempts at rapping on a song. It's bad. I will just tell you right now, it is bad. It is not good, but I'm going to play it anyways. This might be the actual song that got me into the program.
Lots of people think that they're the best,
Oh my gosh, I didn't know how to use my
but
voice.
I really think I'm above the rest. So can I show off? Can I show off? Can I show off? Can I show off? Can I?
I don't have the verses. This is just like a version, like where I was working on it. This is terrible, honestly. But yeah, this is kind of like 2014 is where I started kind of experimenting with using my voice, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Um, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time there, but fast forward, I get accepted into that music program, so now I'm there as an artist. They think that they they think that they got me there because they think that when I got there that I'm a rapper. But in classic, what is his name? Hot Fire, I'm not a rapper. So I'll show you a demo of like the very first song I made when I got there. My mama said to me one day, boy, you better not cry. Some of them are great, some of them are bad. The ones with my voice are the worst. Like this demo is fine because it's clearly a demo, but like when I'm like putting my voice on stuff, it's like. But this is still how I write songs today. I just make sounds. If I could say, Mama said, yeah. And then I did add a little rap section. Actually, wait. I have video of me performing this song, actually. Hold on. It's on my YouTube channel. It's unlisted. But I sent this recording to my family at the time. Not my family at the time, like I have a different family now. But I remember I sent this recording to my family, this video to my family, because I wanted to show them like what we were doing like the first week of this program. So let me pull this up real quick. But this is like This is honestly, yeah, this is like my first time being on stage too. Like I had never performed up to this point. All right, here we go. This was like the very first week of the program that we were in. Let's see. Audio quality is a little iffy, but whatever. And I think I had a band play with me. Yeah.
See the pain one day.
Oh my gosh, I sound terrible. I'm just letting you know, you are very fortunate that you get to see the worst parts of my creative journey where I'm figuring out how to be the artist that I am today. I'm just saying.
Mama said to me one day, you better not cry. You better pick yourself up and dust yourself off and keep moving on your way. When the world knocks it down, no time to mess around. No, there ain't no time to play. Mama said.
The harmonies actually sound decent though.
Then break some quitters. Usain Bolt or rap? Nah, man, I'm quicker. I look ahead.
All right, I can't listen to myself rap. I sound terrible, but like, yeah, that's what I was doing in 2010 years ago. 2016. So wait, no, I might be skipping a year then, because I thought, okay. So I was definitely toying around in 2014 with using my voice, but I hadn't gone all the way in yet. 2015. Yeah, because I made this in 2015. So I'm playing bass. I got an interface so I could actually record bass, or I was recording this at the studio at the school I was at. I was definitely in Logic because that's what that OES sample is a Logic preset. All right. So I'm gonna give you context. So 2015, starting to do stuff. And then I can jump back into this folder with the song, the vocals. I had these. This is gonna sound bad.
In 1,000 words, I can paint a picture. If you close your eyes, I'll be your descriptor. In 1,000 words, I can paint a picture. If you close your eyes, I'll be your descriptor.
Just vibe to it like I do it. First stop in the car, then I ride to it. Look all around at the city lights. They shine real bright in the midnight. Roll the windows down, listen to the sound. Cars pass by as you head downtown. Ride slow and take it all in. Feel the cool breeze against your skin.
This was actually decent. This one's not that bad. I just never finished it. And I think I could do a better job now if I wanted to, but I don't want to. So it's just going to stay in that state. Yeah, so that was 2015. This is when I was making the stuff to get into that music program, when I was like kind of like starting to get my footing. I think we heard this in 2014. There was a different version of it, I think. Or was it 2013? Did I revisit this? Oh, you can hear the growth with this. I didn't know I went back I went back and I redid that track and made it a little bit cleaner. Like you can even see from the audio file down here that like this is a lot less squashed. It's not clipping anymore. So I must really like that beat. I think 2015 might be where I was like kind of like comfortable. Yeah, 2015 was where terrible. I think I sold that beat too. Ooh, I remember this one. Yeah, I think I hit my groove in 2015. I was definitely like there was some stuff that was like a miss. Like this one is a miss, I remember. Yeah, so this is, I think we're about an hour in. But this is like, this, I think we'll cut off there. So we'll cut off at 2015 once I find my groove. And I'll do this, I'll pick up next week. We'll pick up next week and we'll do more of these like tracks here. Because this is where I kind of like, this is like the music program in 2016 where I'm like trying to figure out what I sound like as an artist, trying to find my voice and stuff like this. And then there's some more recent stuff from like 2021 where I was working on stuff. But I really just want to paint the picture about how terrible I was before I actually play the good stuff for whatever reason. Anyways, with that being said, we're going to bring this portion of the live stream to an end. We're going to jump into some other stuff. So let's go ahead and do a little palette cleanser. I like 182. And we're going to jump into actually making some music.
Watch it.
first few years of making music. But we're here now. And we are going to be making new songs now. All right. We made the switch over. Switch over complete. Now it is time to make new music. So first thing we're going to do, okay, we got that. Let's check to make sure we got audio coming through on here. Great. Audio's good. Cool. So what I'm going to do just to get started with making a new song, I'm just going to play around with some chord progressions, see if I can come up with anything interesting. We're going to try to do this. The flow that we're going to try to do is we're going to try to spend an hour on production, and then we're going to do an hour of vocals. And that should bring us up to 11. That might not work. We'll do this. I'm going to do I'll try to give myself an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. Ooh. I give myself 30 minutes to an hour for the production side, and then I'm going to start doing vocals. So let me get a timer going. I'm going to max it out. I'm going to do a 30-minute timer and an hour-long timer. All right. So let's go ahead and we're going to get a rough idea down for me to write to. Let's bring the camera, the keyboard into view for everybody to see. I've really been into like poly leads lately. So that's what we're gonna start with. We're gonna find a good poly lead. I did not mean to like that. We're gonna find a good poly lead. All right. it's not bending so much. We're gonna go. Okay, I think I got the corporate. I just need a good sound. No. This is gonna be the sound we're gonna go with. Let's find out what BPM we're at. I think we're gonna slow it down. I also need to switch this over to 7 and 8. So we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go. We're gonna go 1 of 5. We're gonna go into this just because it looks cool and it gets people's attention. So I'm realizing that I kind of fall into this category of like down tempo a little bit with how I produce, with what I make. We'll leave that for now. I'll clean that up. So let's quantize first, just so I can do this. Bring that back there. That note. Hey. Why? Why isn't it playing? There we go. What is this? This is the modular. Okay. So I think I'm gonna jump into modular because I like. I think we're gonna take out the low notes. I don't know why this specific plugin is not like playing. So we're just gonna have to add a gap between each note. Maybe it's because it's a mono synth or something. I'll go into the settings and see if I can figure it out. Let's find voices real quick. Ah. I can only play 2 notes at a time, so it cuts out. So I will increase this to 5, and I think that should be the problem. And then I can just make it all legato. Yeah, there we go. That fixes it. There we go. Let's add a bass. I'm thinking a Reese bass. So for this, we're going to go into Serum 2. We're going to go here. I think I should have like a folder with, I think I have a bunch of Reese basses tagged. Maybe I can fix that because I don't like, I hate when people make these sounds and they bass it. Oh my gosh, I hate when people do that with those presets. Maybe it's just me that doesn't like that. I think I'm gonna pivot. I don't know. YouTube hates me. Apparently, they don't like the audio quality. They said it's too clear. So I like that Reese. I'm gonna actually change this baseline now. Let's do this instead. That's gonna be our baseline. I'm gonna change a rhythm. Okay, so we got about 11 minutes left on the 30-minute timer, 41 minutes left on the hour-long timer. And we're gonna try a different bass sound. All right, let's add a new sound. So we're starting simple. Let's see if we can take out some of these sounds. This is crazy. Let me go back. All right, so I'm figuring out how this works. So this is a sound I want to take out right here. I wonder if I can just... I need to get rid of this sound. Yeah, there we go. We could try something with this. I think I'm just going to leave that steady. going to bounce that to a new track. Now we have this. We're going to loop that. We're going to accent those rhythms a little bit more. So let's put a Okay, that was the first 30 minutes. I feel like we kind of landed somewhere in that first 30 minutes. Let's get a little more direction. We're just gonna have a loop, I think, just to get started. We're gonna change the key a little bit. We're gonna drop this down a couple steps, I think. Yeah. One more step. find a vibe. I'm trying to figure out what. Like I'm trying to figure something out. That's probably the most interesting thing I've played all night. And I keep on. That was so sloppy and terrible. What is my sample rate at right now? Let's up that. That's not right. Undo that. Here we go. Here we go. That's almost it. That is close enough, and I can make that work. Let's bounce that the audio because it's struggling. Bounce to the track. I have 13 minutes left and I have nothing to show for it. I'm still trying to land on a decent idea. It sounds too K-Tronati to me. K-Tronata-ish to me. I feel like I'm ripping off K-Tronata, but I'm just gonna run with it. I think it's also because I'm going at a slower BPM too. What if I do this? don't know if I like this. I could put a bass line to that though. I just feel like it sounds too much like Kaytranada. I feel like I'm ripping off Kaytranada, even though I know he didn't make this, but I just don't like feeling like I'm copying Kaytranada's sound. But whatever for now. That last note was an accident, but whatever. I got a good take right here. Like, I can't be the only one that thinks this sounds like a Kaytranada track. Like, it doesn't sound bad. It's just, I just feel like I'm ripping off Kaytranada. Like, this legit just sounds like Kaytranada to me. Like, the drums aren't all the way Kaytranada, but like, the general idea feels like Kaytranada. Like, and I have 8 minutes left, so I might be stuck with this. I mean, I could just try experimenting with other stuff to make it sound differently. I don't like that. What if I speed up again? Like, oh my gosh. I think part of my problem is I haven't streamed and made music in a long time. So, like, I am trying to make something on a live stream, and that makes it a little bit harder in my mind. We're just going to start with some drums. I will find something that doesn't make me feel like I'm ripping off Kaytranada. I mean, that bass really sounds like Kaytranada. We're gonna do 30 minutes for lyrics. I'm also getting tired, so we'll see if I make it. What's up? Alright, so I'm supposed to be like writing lyrics now. I was supposed to come up with a general idea and then write lyrics to it. I got two things, some drums and this little melody. Yeah. I just couldn't come up with anything. I gave myself like an hour to come up with a general idea for a beat, and all I got was like just for like the general idea. And it just didn't necessarily come together the way that I was hoping. But it's all good. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed in myself. But I might just like come up with like some melodies and lyrics over this part because I do like this. Yeah, that's actually a good topic idea. That's the wrong thing. Let me put this one here. I am gonna do this. I'm going to just put a basic snap because I can at least have that. All right, I got an idea. We're just gonna drop this in. I did not mean to do that. That's gonna go there. that'll just be there for me to mumble along to. I will, but probably just not right now because I'm supposed to be doing the lyric part. But you did give me an idea for something that I can do. So let me just break out the microphone. Check. Oop, I'm knocking stuff over. Let's adjust. All right. I gotta fix the delay real quick because there's always latency when I do this, which is just dumb. But it is what it is. 64. All right. So we're gonna do like I don't even know what key this is in. Oh, you're in school? Let me see what key this is. A sharp. We're gonna guess that that's. I'm gonna guess that's just A sharp minor. We'll see what it is. No, I said A sharp minor. There we go. Last couple of weeks. Are you? So this is like a summer class then, I guess. Oh, let me put that there. A flat minor is not the right key. Let me do this real quick. This is my this is my cheat code to figuring out the key and in ideas that I'm working on. Auto-Tune actually has a software, like an app that lets you listen to the key of a song and then use said key. I think technically it might actually be also be able to show you like send it to Auto-Tune. We'll see. I just locked my phone. This says D minor. Yeah. Okay, I just hit. Let's see if it worked. Oh, it did. It did. D minor, now it says it's in D minor. I think you can hear me. Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. Barely. All right, here we go. Let me turn this down. And I bend down, round up, 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 and I bend down, round up. All right. I literally just said what you said verbatim. And I bend down, round up, and I bend down, round up, and I bend down, round up, bend. All right. And then just because I hear it in my head, I'm gonna do a harmony, maybe. Bend round, and I bend round. That's just an octave, but that works. And I bend round, 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 bend. Bend round, and I 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 bend round, bend round, and I bend round. I'm gonna loop this section. Bend round, and I bend round, and I bend round, and I bend round. All right, I don't actually now that I'm like doing this, I really don't think I need to make this like lyrically complex, like you were saying, like simple. That might literally just be the only line in this song, and then it's just like stacking on that vibe and feeling that emotion. Yeah, honestly, this might be something that I could send to you to work on to like get more of like the dubstep drops and whatever. Let's do like now that I have that, like this is where things start to get interesting because now I actually have something that's actually interesting because if you had got here earlier, you would have been like, dang, he's trash. Yeah. What we can do, honestly. Honestly, it would actually be kind of cool to like collab on a live stream at some point in time. I'm trying to do a live stream like weekly. So we could probably at one point in time, if you're up to it, I don't know if you like doing live streams or not. We could definitely live stream at some point. I kind of we could do it through Twitch if I not Twitch. We could do the live stream through Discord. If I ever get Discord to actually do the audio right, that would be a way that we could do it. But that would definitely be an option. Honestly, live streaming is like easy content because you can make stuff and just makes the whole process of making content a lot easier. I'm gonna add a Reese in. All right. I think you should still be able to hear me. I think you're hearing double. I don't like that. I don't like that Reese. Like it's cool. That's close enough. let's record that. All right, let me send some. Let's just mute the rest of that and just do some kicks for now. I need like a beefy kick though. That kick is too. It's too neutral. I'll put the pattern in for now. I'm definitely gonna have to like put. Where did I put that thing? There we go. This is gonna have to go on Aussie tracks. Let's see. We don't need that kick. Oh, you are. How are you making music and then also listening to somebody else make music? That would be like so much going on in my head. That's fair. That chord progression is pretty simple. I think that works, honestly. All right. Let's see. We're just gonna slide that back there. Let's see. Let me go ahead and just cut this real quick. Crop there. Let's quantize that and legato. And then we're gonna do. And there might be a better chord sound. But all right, so I got an idea about how I'm about to do this. I'm about to do a quick sequence. I think I got 7 minutes left before I have to hop off, according to the timer for this songwriting session thing I'm doing. So we're gonna do a build. All right, let's do this. We're gonna double that. So we're gonna do a build. Ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong. And then just for the time being, we're gonna just do this. Ding. That needs to be quicker. Ding ding dong wrong dong, ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong. Take that, put wrong, and I ding dong wrong, and I ding dong. And then we're gonna delete that part. Okay. So we got the intro. And I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I. Wrong, and I ding dong wrong, ding dong wrong, wrong, and I, and then we can put a drop there. Let's see. I'm about to see what happens if I just put Little Altar Boy on the vocals. See if that sounds interesting. Fold all that. Ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I ding dong wrong dong wrong dong wrong, and I. That's gonna be fun. Honestly, hey, I actually might send this to you for the drop. I think that might be. This might be an interesting thing to collab on. Ding dong, wrong, 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 and I ding dong, wrong, 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 and I ding dong, wrong, wrong, and I. See, mixer speaker on. All right, I got 1 minute left before I have to hop off. Ding dong, wrong, 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 and I ding dong, wrong, wrong, and I. Ding dong, wrong. What I'm gonna do is actually change that to a serum patch. Ding dong, wrong. All right, my timer just went off. I'm gonna. I'll see if I have any Supercell presets. I mean, that's it. That's not. I want something less airy. I can probably fix this if I figure out where that. Because I don't want that, like. There's nothing on the global tune, so that's interesting. Okay, I need to add one. All right, I think. Then let's put auto filter on there. Okay, this is gonna be, in theory, on paper, the last thing I do before I go to bed. What if I drop that down an octave? Will that sound better? OTT? Okay. That's my idea. So we're gonna automate this. Let's pull that back there and then do this. I think I want a faster. And then we need the resonance.
Bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up. Bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down.
And then let's automate this as well.
Bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up. Bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up. Bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up. Round up, round and up, round up, round and up, round up, round up, round and 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 up. Round and up, round and up.
All right. Yeah, so this is about as far as I'm probably gonna get tonight. I am gonna actually send this to you though. Like this is like a decent intro. It needs a little bit of work, but
And up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down,
what if I do
round
this
down,
one?
round and up, bend down, round down, round down, round and up, bend down, round down,
I'm seeing what it sounds like with this.
And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've
Yeah, so that's like where I'm at. I'm actually gonna bump this up to 140 though. I'm at 135. I'm just gonna.
been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down.
So now it's in proper dubstep BPM range.
Been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've
All right. I need to stop. I will continually keep on tweaking stuff if I don't just like stop. But I think that we landed in a good place on this. This is a good place. Oh, thanks. I just realized that I didn't even realize that people were watching on YouTube. So thanks for joining in, but I am about to hop off, unfortunately. But I will play this one more time because I do like this. And I have one tweak that I want to make to the sound.
And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong. And I've been down, wrong, down, wrong, down, wrong.
And then we'll do the drop. I'll send it to you for the drop. You'll get this sounding crazy. And then I'll probably do like a B section. I'll do a B section in the breakdown. Probably, I think. I don't know. We'll see. But let me go ahead and what buttons am I even pressing right now? Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Boom. That's not the right folder. Is that the right folder? That is the right folder. Okay. So we're going to do that. This is idea 226 underscore done wrong. Okay. And today is, it says 15th, but I started working on this on the 14th, so we're going with that. All right, so now the only other thing I need to do is like make the stems and whatever. So I'm gonna do that. I'll do the MP3 first, actually. So I'll have that so I can listen to this. Can you see how long they're? Yeah, that should be a good place to. Do that. The funny thing is, everybody joined at the end, but everybody missed the part where I was playing the worst songs you've ever heard from like early on in my like music production journey. But this live stream is gonna be on YouTube, so you can go back and watch the progression of my musical abilities. And I'm actually doing part two next week. This week I did from 2011 to 2015, and I'll do 2016 forward next week. So you'll start to hear more vocal stuff pop up and hear me trying to figure out how to use my voice and stuff like that. But it'll be an interesting. It's gonna be an interesting thing. Live stream. Right now, I'm just getting the stuff bounced out first before I hop off. Honestly, the more I do these live streams, the easier it gets. Because like the first one that I did for the first time in a long time last week was like terrible at the beginning. I had no audio when I switched over to my computer, but that's just because like I didn't have a test. I didn't run a test before I did the live stream. Um, so this isn't gonna have these stems aren't gonna have reverb or anything on them because that reverb is on a send, and Ableton doesn't really do all that. So unfortunately, so I think we figured out idea to do 6 done wrong stems. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna put the BPM, which is 140. This is how I do all my stems, by the way, just to make everyone's life easier. And I'm gonna have to like delete a bunch of unused stems real quick too. The most annoying thing about this live stream is that I could not get OBS to record the live stream. It was saying there was some issue, so it wouldn't record it. So I'm annoyed at that. So that means I'd have to download the YouTube version of it and use that to be able to make clips for TikTok and Instagram and whatever. Just my complaint about something that doesn't really matter to anybody else except me. Okay, stems. Did the keys actually have a sound in them? It did. Oh, you guys can hear it. I just can't hear it. Wait, does it kick? Oh no, that's the drums. Okay, cool. I'm now realizing that me naming the drum preset skeleton keys sounds cool, like a really cool name until I think that it's like keys, like literal like keyboard sounds. Vapored. That's the snap. Oh no, that's the reverse kick. I'll leave the reverbs and stuff in here. don't even know what this is. What? A and B reverb. Oh, okay. No, that's being deleted. I don't think there's an ARP. There's not a bass audio. Bass group is not relevant. Bass stems is not relevant. Yeah, that's side chained. Okay. I leave the delay. I don't think I actually sent anything to delay, so I can actually just delete the delay track. Crash. There's no crash. There's no transition sounds. There's no quarter delay. I don't have a drone pad in there. I have this all set up to be able to like quickly and easily create stems once I finish a song, so I can like have them ready for performing, but not really. This isn't really set up to be able to like send collabs. Okay, so that's fine. I don't have any delays on here, so that can go. That's just my toolbox track. There's no impacts. I think I just need the keys and the synth. Yeah. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Yeah, I'm trying not to have to send a jumbled mess. All right, see you later, Sienna. I don't need to synth bounce. There's no ambience texture. Ooh, wait, what I just? Yeah, I can get rid of that. And that.
Wrong, and I've been done wrong, wrong. And I've been done wrong.
Then there should be nothing here. Yep, with that. Don't need the group.
Wrong, and I've been done wrong.
And this is just the MP3 of the WAV file of everything. All right. So that should be everything. You can delete the reverb and whatever else you don't necessarily need. Like you can add your own reverbs, I guess. But there are like 3 reverb tracks in here because of how Ableton exports stems. And then we'll just connect to Dropbox, and that'll do that. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off of this live stream because I need to go to bed. So thanks for tuning in to everyone that tuned in and everyone that's still tuned in on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. Although I think bots are only watching on Twitch. Whatever. Anyways, have a great night and a great rest of your life. So I will see you later.